Coach, playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Check. Hey, Haywood.
On 2nd down, Johnson. Through an opening, and there he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ty Johnson, 56 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Tonight, like 20. You must be dreaming. Kill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Stop your whining.
Here's Gone. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hughes. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. And he'll give it here to his running back. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2 for 1. It's a party now. Mike 5-4. Hey, wahoo. Good trap.
From the 44, Goff. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Like 20. Hey,
pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Hey, watch that, watch that. Whoa. Mike 54. Hey.
Throwing on third. Goff. He wants it all for the end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Johnson running right. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Here we go, son.
Mike 5-4. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. No. Off. Jack.
Hey, 80. Yo, 80. Hey, exit.
54. My son. 54.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Here we go.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Hey, box truck.
Darnold on 3rd down. He completes it to Henry. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And to give this time to the tailback. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Darnold. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And that gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Back.
Now it's Darnold. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Check 15. Check 15.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you can
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Dolphins 0.
180. Check.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
I got him.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
3rd and long. It's gone. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Darnold on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Go, go, go. Shift, shift. Alert 3, alert 3.
Hey, 76. 76. 76.
Now they try the right side here. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now gone. And a quick throw here, that's complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Hey, 76! 76!
On 1st and 10, Goff. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
It's caught at the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. A throw over the middle, taken in. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Check 24, check.
Hey, kill. 2 for 66.
To throw is gone. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hughes. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
We go set.
Check. Watch 54.
Man, lady. All day, baby, all day. Hey, set.
On first down, Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
After the interception, here's Goff. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go. 76, tell him. 76. 76. Check.
Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
A bomb.
Get him. Right there. 54, right there.
From the gun on third down. Gone. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
65.
Super.
65.
A shotgun snap for goal. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down. Goff over the middle, complete. It's Hughes. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On first down, it's gone. He's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
You're outside. Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Right 20.
Right 54.
DC.
6 guys. Check 6.
Ric Flair.
5. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
From the gun, here's Gone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Dolphins' 33-yard line.
Go sack.
Mike 5-4.
The lady.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Darnold now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60% at its 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Goff now looks to throw. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Back to throw, Goff. And he's got his man on the out route. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Right back to him on first down. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
We got 4. We got 4. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Watch twins. Watch twins.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Try to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Go.
Check Mike 54.
Goff now to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Rashawn Gary able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On first down, McDowell, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And it's 3rd down.
The Steelers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Darnold from the gun. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run on first down. McDowell. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Check, 59. Watch the out.
Darnold. Looking for Murphy, and he finds him complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Mike 54. Push him back.
They'll keep it on the ground. McDowell, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A first down throw, Darnold. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Watch tight. Tight is right.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop him.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Back to throw, Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
They're running it. Orange.
Goff now looking to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run the counter. McDowell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Danielle Hunter. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Mike's 50, Mike.
17.
On 2nd and 7. Goff finding Knox there, complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 23.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams,